Now it's booming. That's great. I don't know if I'd make it here tonight. It's crazy. Florida is under I don't know, a small war, I should say. But so we're gonna move this along quickly to get through what we can. If for some reason I all of a sudden go, that's because lightning struck the Wi-Fi, and Chris will talk to you for as long as he can, and then he will exit stage right, and we will have him back. So let's bring in Chris Ilardi from Disney Done Differently on YouTube. Hello, Chris.
Hello, John. How are you tonight?
A little crazy, but it's okay. We're alive. I can't believe electric is still happening.
Thank you very much for having me here this evening. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. This is one of those shows you should not watch. Mary Well said it correct, while hungry. Before we get into all the delicious food and stuff, what is your background? Like, I joke around and say I'm a chef. I'm not. I make 3 things that I think are really good that were passed down from my mother, and after that, I have no idea what I'm doing. Your background is chef.
Yes. So, 26 years in the restaurant industry. I went to culinary school when I was very young, and I had the pleasure of working with some amazing chefs in 3-star restaurants in Manhattan. Originally from New York. I guess you didn't hear the coffee or water come out, but
you don't have an accent to me.
That's because you're from there as well, John. And so after years of working in multiple restaurants and in stadiums and arenas, and then I moved into a company that did airport concessionaires. And over 10 years, I opened up 250 restaurants.
Now, okay, you strike me as somebody who takes food quite serious.
Yes.
When you worked at like an airport concessionaire, were you like, I can't wait to get out of here so I can get to serious food? Or did you just upgrade that food seriously?
We upgraded that food seriously.
Okay,
we did real food. We brought dining to airports. We changed the industry. So it was an adventure, multiple long hours, lots of traveling, but then had the opportunity 3 years ago. I moved down to Florida and opened up my own restaurant. And
do you still have this restaurant?
Yes, unfortunately, it closed during the shutdown, during the pandemic. And then through some personal stuff, we're getting our feet back running, and we're looking to reopen very soon.
Okay, your connection, it's not mine that's going. It seems to be yours. It could be mine for all I know.
I'm sorry.
I know I hear you fine, but I see you getting choppy. Does anybody else see him getting choppy? I may have you go out and come back in again. I just want to see. We're on probably a 30-second delay with the chat room. Let me see what they say. You came in crystal clear for like 20 seconds ago, and now you're starting to get a little choppy, but everybody's asking where the restaurant was. Everybody says good here. Okay, it may be me because of the storm. If it gets worse, yeah, and it is okay as long as we can hear you. Sometimes, though, if you go in and come out, but guys, you let me know. I'm going to leave it to the chat room. Steve Browning says, looks fine to me. We can hear him. Okay, Steve, good. I don't know if Steve is saying that. Yeah, it could be me, actually, because of my connection. It
might be when I move these big paws back and forth. I have trouble. If my hands are tied, John, I can't talk.
I know. No, you have to talk with your hands. Barry Selfin says he's getting a little pixelated too, but he might be in Florida also, which could be the issue. Okay, so where was I? I was at where was the restaurant?
Cape Coral, Florida, so Southwest Florida.
Was it Italian or was it everything?
No, it's a gastropub. Okay. I was able to do a range of food that everyone thinks it was a beer garden, and you would think you're coming there for cocktails, and then we wanted to blow them away with the style of food that we were able to do.
I'm sure you did. The restaurant, it doesn't even matter sometimes how good the quality of the food is. Sometimes it just doesn't work, and it's people don't realize the profit margin. You have to really get people in and out to make money with a restaurant.
It's extremely hard industry with small margins. And now, with staffing and everything, food prices, it's delicate. But that's what actually spawned the Disney Done Differently channel.
Yeah, listen, people love some of the things in the park, whether they're good or not. I think food tastes better at Disney to us because we're in a different frame of mind. So you and I both know some of the food is not great. So that's why you're improving it when you do Disney Done Differently.
Thank you.
It's true though, right? I mean, how many we can eat some of their business and go, oh my God, this is great. It really isn't. But our mind is, we're happy. We're going on It's a Small World in 5 minutes, so it's good.
There are some restaurants that are exceptional, and they
There
do
are
an amazing.
some. They're not in the Magic Kingdom, or although I shouldn't say that. Mary Wells loves Tony's Town Square, as we know.
Oof, John.
She loves
It's
it.
just
No, it's
I love Mary. How about that? We'll leave it
I'm
there.
kidding. Mary really despises that
I
restaurant.
know.
If anything happens to that restaurant, they will call her first. They know, really, they really will. She will get a call and say, "Mary, can you come in for questioning?" She will. But yeah, some of the food is overrated. There's no doubt about it. Give me a couple of your favorite Disney restaurants.
Okay, so recently that moved to the top, Topolino.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Okay.
Topolino breakfast. I hugged the waiter because he told me that you can order an entree and feel free to order something else.
I couldn't
So
believe that.
yes,
They didn't tell me that the first time I went.
Oh, really? Really? But service and food was excellent, outstanding. The secret one is the wave. I love the wave. They have that bacon, egg, and cheese grits pork belly dish. That's one of my favorites. I do love California Grill, Wrangling Road, in Disney Springs is always a good time. And because it's my daughter's favorite, Kona Cafe.
Okay, have you done Boathouse?
Yes, I have.
Were you
But
not impressed?
so I enjoyed Boathouse. I think they do great. I think it changed a little bit this couple of last times,
Okay.
but you're very close with Lou, and I wouldn't want to get on the bad side. So
Wait, no. You know what it is? I don't like seafood, so I don't know it for seafood. I know it for beef, and so far for beef, it's been a home run every time for me.
the seafood is excellent. Listen, it goes back to also memories, and I always hold dinner at the table. Who'd you have dinner with? Who'd you share that meal with? It's not always about what's on the table; it's who you shared it with. And the Boathouse is very special. It was one of the first trips with my parents, and my mother had the stone crab part of the appetizer. So Boathouse will always be up there.
Before I forget, and just in case Lightning does anything, I want to show people what they can expect from Disney done differently. I gave a quick edit to really good videos that he has, just to give you an amuse-bouche, if you will. Did I use that in the correct way?
Nailed it. Nailed it.
Okay, good. It's kind of like a taste of what you'll get from his videos. I have 3 of these. I'm only going to show one for now, and then we can talk about it. This one was the cheeseburger egg roll, which I think we'll talk about when they're done. But I just want you to get a quick glimpse of what you can expect. You should be going to YouTube, and he should be having a lot more subscribers than he has. So you should be subscribing to Disney Done Differently during this show.
Crispy cheeseburger egg rolls. We're going to do them a little differently, but these are the Adventureland cheeseburger egg rolls. Look at the cheese. I'm your host, Chris, and today, Adventureland. Right outside is the cheeseburger egg roll cart. Yes, it is open. I just witnessed that. And how are we going to make them? Well, we're going to make them a little differently. But we're going to use egg roll wrappers. Why? Because we can. Folks, you can get these wrappers in any grocery store, Publix included. Look in the vegetarian section though. That's the key. So we're just going to cut this into small little strips, and that'll start to cook. Garlic powder. Remember, you're building layers of flavor. But with this, you really want to go with just a normal amount. I'm using about a tablespoon and a half, because you don't want this to have any leaks. There you go, look at that color. We have all our egg rolls, nicely fried. It's a little hot.
Okay, so again, like I said, that was just the appetizer amuse-bouche of that video. You have to go get the right video. But yeah, I know. Bill says, yeah, so true. He should have a ton of subscribers. I agree.
Thank you.
The same way I should be over 100,000, but that doesn't happen for me either. So I know. I didn't know that it was there bacon. Did you improve it with bacon?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So that everything is done a little differently. So I take the traditional dish, and then I add my touch to it. So it's for that one, I made it a bacon cheeseburger egg roll.
which I mean you can't go wrong with that. And I saw you did put the mustard and the pickles just as they have those flavors. Some people don't, if you don't want those flavors in your cheeseburger, well, make it at home and then omit those.
That's it.
But I have to try those. I did not know you could get egg roll wrappers.
Yep, they're in the vegetarian section, and what's been great from the actual channel is the people that actually make the dishes and send them to me. Katie, Marla, is every dish is she can't wait to make it, and it's so heartfelt. Mary makes the dishes and sends them to me. And it's built a community of where I was just part of the Disney community, and I still am. And now people are coming to me and asking me for recipes. You mentioned Bill and Barry before. There's that's the wife.
I was going to ask.
The number one biggest supporter. So she's
as she should be.
Yes, Bill and Barry. They really pushed me over the edge. They've made me their Airbnb Disney podcast food correspondent. That's so awesome. They really helped me with the channel, getting it off the air. I also see a couple of people that are in the chat. Are you familiar with the app Clubhouse?
No.
So the app Clubhouse is an audio app for social media. And I've been on it for a few months, and I have met some of the best people, and they're actually viewing tonight just because I mentioned it, and they're amazing people. I'm talking about master chefs, champion barbecue pit masters, down to just regular, humble, excellent people. So I thank them for joining this evening as well.
Thank you. Should I go and join this Clubhouse so I can keep up with what you're doing?
Yeah, Clubhouse. Yeah, it's an invite, and I got yours, John. I'll send you one right after the show.
Please do that. That would be awesome.
Absolutely.
Okay, so how do you decide what you're going to? I mean, I'm sure you get a lot of people now asking you, please cook this, and I'm sure there's ones you're like, I don't want to do that. How do you decide what's next?
So I basically go through what do I enjoy? What am I going to make that's actually going to become something for my family? I'm never going to waste the food. So this can be turned into a dish that we can have for lunch or for dinner. But to have fun with it, something that always interests me. How does it get done? Are people talking about it? Or we're going to be going into some dishes that people might not know. And I think that's you always hear recommendations of go to this restaurant or go to that restaurant. But if you can recommend it and then recommend a dish to go with it, that changes the experience also. Because I can tell you to go to a restaurant, you order a certain dish that maybe wasn't that quality. That changes your experience.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
The hospitality end is the key. That's my tie with Disney.
I also think you're never, going to run out of stuff because Disney's always going to have those seasonal brand new things that pop up. So as long as you keep a couple of classics in the canon to not come out so quick, you're going to keep having every Wednesday a new video comes out?
Yes, I put out a new video every Wednesday.
And you've been pretty good with keeping up on that?
I've not missed a Wednesday at all.
Okay. Listen, I did that. And I hope you don't. But when you first missed that first Wednesday because of lightning or something, you're going to, it just kills you. So hopefully you don't. Maybe you have another video just as an extra in the can so that you can.
Yeah, I have a couple.
Okay, I didn't do that. I planned on doing that. I never did it. Chris, tell them about the spreadsheet. Bill Garrity says.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when I started
vulgarity. Bill Garrity.
When I started doing this, I had reached out to Bill and Barry, and I says, "This is my idea. This is what I want to do." And he's like, "Well, how many dishes do you have planned?" And I says, "Well, these are the ones I'm thinking about." And I sent 52 dishes, and that's one a week if you're doing it every Wednesday. I will say I have added more in between. The episode that's coming out tomorrow. Since you've had me here, tomorrow is the hummingbird cake.
Oh, I got a picture. I got a picture of this hummingbird cake. Okay, that's from Homecoming, right?
Yes, Art Smith's Homecoming. So that's the cake. It
looks amazing. I remember tasting it and loving it, but remind me what it is.
Sure. So the cake traditionally is made with pineapples and bananas. and they usually just put some toasted pecans. On the top of that cake, I took pineapple slices and I dehydrated them quickly in the oven, and then made them into flowers for a garnish. And then what goes good with pineapple, banana, and something that I needed to do differently, I toasted coconut. So I
Oh, wait,
added.
so homecoming does not have the toasted coconut?
There's no toasted
Okay,
coconut.
that seems like a natural thing to me. What do they have on their cake when with it to like?
So their cake is a very smooth cream cheese icing, and but inside is the bananas, the pecans, and the pineapple.
No, toasted coconut definitely. So how did it? I mean, was it amazing?
Delicious, delicious. I had it just a little while ago. It's going to be my first video that I don't eat on camera. I usually eat everything on camera, but it's a full cake, and I didn't want to cut it up, and so I saved that for later. I took some pictures when I did have a slice a little while ago.
I can't believe you waited. I couldn't wait. I mean, let me see the chat room. Could anybody have waited before they tasted that? Bridget will be proud. I don't know who Bridget is, but
Bridget is a real. She makes cakes. She makes a cannoli cake that blows me away. Yeah.
Is the cannoli cake called cassata cream?
Some call it cassata cream. The New Yorkers understand. If you say cassata cream, you want cannoli filling.
Okay, because my mother would order a cake, and she was the only one that I knew told them, they would say buttercream, this and that. She'd say cassata cream only. So
yeah.
I thought that. If anybody put anything in the chat room that I passed up that was important, please type it again. I was in a different screen and I did not see it. Oh, Rosemary. Okay, there's a lot of people at your house that are eating this cake. Who's
Yes.
Rosemary?
That's my mother.
Oh, okay. How many do they all live? Do they live there, or they?
No. They just heard that I was going to be with you and that I was making a cake. So they're all sitting in the other room, watching on the television and enjoying the cake.
How far away from me are you?
We're about an hour and a half, John.
All right. You know what? Tell them I'll be right there. You have more, is there any more of that cake left?
Yes, there is, and if there's not, I will make another cake for you.
Yous must be skinny people. If there's cake left, yous are all skinny.
On the inside, John.
Yeah, on the inside. Oh, Kimberly wants Fuyadel.
Oh, me too.
That's got to be hard to make.
It's not as hard as it is to spell it.
She said not spelled right, but I knew what Fuyadel was. Yes,
it's actually a 3 to 4 day process with the phyllo dough, folding it over multiple times and filling it.
Is that like a baklava hard?
Yeah, it's that type of process, but worth it in the end.
So what was this? Oh, I know what that was. That's that Avengers huge chicken sandwich thing.
Yes. So I made that, made it my way, a little different. So if you look at the breading that's on there, I actually used cheddar potato chips. So I pounded out the chicken breast and then breaded it in the cheddar potato chips, fried that, made a coleslaw with apple cider vinegar, topped that, and then used the pretzel bun. So that was good.
Was your verdict really good on that?
Yes, that was excellent.
That looks amazing. So something, just because I would love your take on this, because when I first heard it, I said that's got to be gross. There was a restaurant here that made Captain Crunch fried chicken. Did you ever hear of that?
Yes.
Have you ever tried it?
Of course, it's delicious.
Okay, yeah, it is. But when you hear that, and you're me, you think that's going to be a sweet, disgusting chicken breast. But then you taste it, and for some reason the sugar, I don't know if it's cooked out or it doesn't carry into the main flavor. It's still a savory dish, and it's delicious.
And it works. Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
All right, so this looks good. Did you ever make a dish that you really hated? Like you really finished it and said, this isn't going on the video. It's bad.
Yes. And I am saving parts of it because
a blooper reel.
I do all the editing myself. I'm not very good at it. I've gotten beautiful compliments from the editing, but I did the whole video with no sound. I forgot to turn on the microphone. And when I realized that, I let something overcook, and it was just a disaster. Has Chris ever tried?
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I'll bring that back.
Old Key West. Yes. Kim, I love Olivia's. That's a hidden away. People don't really. I prefer to eat in the resorts when I'm on property. I feel like it has a little extra in the restaurants. And Olivia's fried chicken is excellent.
What is she saying? Hold on, there's something else. Look at David. How does Chris have a Panda shirt, but neither Stan nor I do? Because he paid. He paid at some point with his credit card that you and Stan do not shell out for me. Even Mary Well says, hold on, where's she? What's up with the shirts? Hello, Al.
This is years ago, too.
It still looks really good. I'm glad you must be washing it inside out.
Of course, my wife does.
Yeah, Heather knows what she's doing. The next video I want to put is something different. It's the breakfast lasagna. Mm-hmm. And again, it's not something I probably would choose. I might choose different items in it, but the way you present it, you can. He shows it to you in a way where you can make your own adjustments. Let me just show, again, I edited this video to be a quick version of your breakfast lasagna video.
Breakfast lasagna. Sometimes you just need more than just a pancake, French toast. Who knows? Come join me and let's see what goodness we got.
If you remember, Crystal Palace with Winnie the Pooh and friends used to be a character breakfast. It was also a buffet. And one thing that was actually served on the children's side of the buffet, and not for the adults, was the breakfast lasagna. Now, I don't know if you remember it, but it had levels of beautiful, savory, sweet. Well, let's just make it. All right, for this, we're going to be making a couple of different of your breakfast favorites and basically building them into a lasagna style. Beautiful, nice. Look at that. See how they actually just slide around? All right, back over to our French toast. So you got the honey, the cinnamon, the heavy cream, the eggs. All right, we're building a lasagna, folks. Not the Italian lasagna, breakfast lasagna. So let's start with the items. I mean, there's so many different ways to go. Okay, 4. I don't have a spot for here. So what am I going to do? We'll cut them. Let's get right. You can see the layers in here. You can cut right in here. Oh, pastry cream is still soft and warm. So let's just give this just a quick kiss. Folks, we have our breakfast lasagna. I mean, look at that. What can you say?
There is a lot of goodness going on in there. That was a hard job. You had to make a lot of different things.
Yeah, it was waffles, pancakes, pound cake, berries. It's a lot, and then it's pulled together with a pastry cream, and yeah,
it was harder for you than it was for them because they have all those things there already that they can just start putting together. You had to make them all from scratch.
Sure.
Before I forget, my friend Corinne is asking about Ohana Gate and Noodle Gate. I do have an Ohana's video I'll show in a little bit. But you saw that the people complained and the noodles came back?
And the noodles came back. They listened to the people and they did it. Now, I made that appetizer, right? I've never been to Ohana.
That's because you saw pictures and you're good at what you do.
Yeah, we made pictures, made coriander wings, pulled stuff together, and it came out very good. That was my family enjoyed that a lot. And hello to Corinne. I can't wait. I saw she's doing the shopping with you again now, right?
Yes,
the
Corinne
reviews.
Disney Lifestylers on Instagram. She's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, we got to get some food stuff for you on Instagram there. I don't know Instagram that would you do good. Do you have an Instagram?
I do. Disney Done Diffley Instagram, and I'm learning all this. You know, I used to say I would rather cook for 300 people with no prep done. I don't get stressed with that. But post a picture, and did you use the hashtag, and did you do it right, and did you give it credit? Make a reel. I'm making videos.
Cooking's in your blood. That's your thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I can make, like I said, 3 or 4 things really good, and that's my thing. That's it, though. After that, I can't stray. I'm at an age now where don't teach me nothing new. And I can't cook anything that I don't like. Like fish, I can't even touch it. Even raw chicken, I like to cut it like I start with like 3 pounds of chicken breast, and I clean off everything so much so I have a little patty left over that I think is okay. I wait.
The whole thing though with food is cook with you what you like. You know, I mean, have fun with it, play around, be adventurous within your lane of what you like, and the opportunities are endless. And,
Have you? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
go ahead, no.
Have you done the Canadian cheddar cheese soup that's been done a million times over?
I have not yet.
Okay, I did it once, and I didn't know what a roux was. So as I'm making this, I now have this like ball of bread in the pot, and I'm like, I'm supposed to be making a soup. I absolutely went wrong somewhere, and at the end, I realized this is good. It may, but I have to tell you, it's a nice recipe. I would love to see how you improve it because I think you could,
Okay.
and it's delicious. If you love cheddar cheese and you love bacon, and that's how I learned. You know what you were doing with the bacon before? I learned to, because I was like, how do you cut bacon up into little pieces? I realized you freeze it for a little bit and then you can do it. But that's how I learned all that stuff. But I would love if you ever get a chance to do that. I think people like that soup too, but I think your take on it might be even better than what Canada does. Because they're making it in a mass for like, cost effectiveness, and you wouldn't do that. You would go just for flavor, I think.
Sure.
Let's see. Kim says, John, I'm the same. I go through 3 packages of chicken to make 4 servings. I do. I have to find like every piece of nerve, even the thing that goes down the middle. I don't like it. I take it out. Chicken sugo rigatoni, Marla's saying. Is that what Topolino's dinner?
Is it Topolino's?
I know
it
I had a
might
chicken
be.
rigatoni at
Yeah,
Topolino
that might
for
be
dinner.
Topolino's. And yeah, that's an excellent dish. And I'm starting to get into, now that I've had enough where it's the famous dishes, now it's to start to get into, classic dishes that I really enjoy throughout the resort restaurant menus.
What's the hardest dessert that you've done?
Dessert. Wow.
Like, have you done a churro?
No, yes, I did churros. I did.
How do you even start a churro?
A churro is basically it is a pastry dough, but the key to making a churro is after you pipe them out, freeze them, and they'll stay firm, so that when you add them to the oil, that they'll fry and stay within the same.
Okay, so you're squeezing them out of a design.
Yep, out of a
thing.
pastry bag.
That's how it comes out. That star,
Sure.
and then you're deep frying it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And then I just saw Stan. You asked what was the hardest dessert? When it was a pleasure to him having me on his show.
Stan's awesome.
Stan.
Grand Circle towards Stan Solo.
I mean, I made a Twinkie and a marshmallow cupcake into Kermit and Beaker of the Muppets for him. So that was enjoyable.
Saw a picture of that.
Yeah.
Barry Selfin says the Ronto wrap started it all.
It is. That's the first dish I ever cooked of Disney food, and asked if I have a shot. Do I have anything here? And I had sent it to Bill and Barry, Sean and Samantha, and everybody sent me back so much feedback saying, you have something, do it.
Have you eaten at Yak and Yeti in the Animal Kingdom?
Yes, but a long time ago.
Okay. You got to get back there, just because for some reason I can't find anybody that hasn't liked it, and I do enjoy the food there. I think like their egg rolls, I don't know what they are. Their pork egg rolls are just really good.
Yeah, they have very, very good food. Someplace that is on my list is I haven't been to, and I know you have, Wine Bar George.
Yeah, but I've only had like little bites. I've only had a drink and a few bites. I've never actually eaten there.
Okay.
But their mac and cheese bites, I would like to learn how to make theirs. Theirs are adult, delicious mac and cheese bites.
So, did you see the gentleman that asked about the brisket?
Yes, AWG was that.
Yeah. So let me just explain that. We talk about cheese bites and all of this. This gentleman is one of 200 master chefs in the world.
Very nice.
That is Chef Sean, and thank you for watching, Chef.
Thank you, Chef Sean. I gotta have Chef Sean over just for lasagna. I want somebody to tell me, John, your mother's Italian lasagna really is as good as everybody and you say it is. I don't want to find out that people are like lying to me.
As long as you don't put sausage in it, you're good.
I don't.
See?
But my friend Donald puts sausage, and I think sausage just takes over the flavor of everything, and it's horrible. I don't know. I used to, you know what I liked? The thin, what was it? Parsley and cheese sausage on the
pinwheels?
The
Yeah.
pinwheel. I don't like the big ones with the cubes of meat, and once in a while you get something that you just can't chew on. I don't need that surprise when I'm eating. I don't like it.
What's your favorite meal in Disney, John?
All right. So right now, it is the filet mignon sliders at the Boathouse. And it's simple. I mean, it's filet mignon on top of a garlic buttered roll with a baked potato. It's kind of simple.
But delicious.
Yeah, I do love the Maria and Enzo's rice bowls.
Okay.
I can't find a good rice bowl. And I mean, you're talking about, you're lucky they gave you a little bit of meat in the middle with the rice, but it's just a nice, crispy, flavorful thing. And like people go to Casey's in the Magic Kingdom and think it's great. I find everything is tasteless. I look for the flavor. Where is the flavor? Did they ship it off and get paid for it? It's like Cracker Barrel. They suck out the flavor of everything and they bring it somewhere else.
But for all those that like it, I heard it's opening tomorrow.
Is it opening tomorrow?
Tomorrow, Casey's reopens.
So the place in, not the Wilderness Lodge, Fort Wilderness. What's that restaurant? It's escaping me.
Trail's End?
Trail's End is reopening, but without fried chicken. And Mary? What? Tell me you like Casey's, Mary. Mary likes Casey's. It's opening without fried chicken, and I think it's going to go the same way as the noodles.
Yes.
I think a couple of 100,000 complaints, and it's going to be back.
Well, isn't it's the same menu that's shared at Hoop-de-Doo Review, correct?
And they're going to have fried chicken at Hoop-de-Doo.
There's a song about it.
I've never been to Hoop-de-Doo.
Really?
I've been to the Polynesian Lua. I was at Top of the World when the Contemporary used to have shows. I never went to Hoop-de-Doo. It just never approached me. It never got to my forte. I do want to show your video of Ohana's before we just go into more restaurants.
Sure.
I just want to make sure I get that in before lightning kills us, which so far it's been really nice. So he does a video that literally cooks the Ohana dinner for you. Basically everything. And it's one of the longer videos, but really worth watching. Again, here is my appetizer of such.
Recently, I've heard all the craziness, and I'm very excited that Ohana's opening up. Ohana, located in Polynesian Village Resort. Great entertainment, great food, but they took the noodles off the menu, and everyone is losing their mind. So today, let me show you how to make the Ohana my way. 2 tablespoons of paprika. Might sound like a lot, but we're doing a good amount of wings. And folks, paprika is not actually hot. A lot of people associate it with the color that it's actually hot, but it's not. See if I can do this so you guys can see it better. Don't worry about the color change, but you want to constantly be stirring it at this point. And you want this to actually come to a boil. Okay, so this has been cooking for a little bit. Grab a spoon just to show you. So you can see it's getting thicker and thicker. Just for the wings, and you can dress the pot stickers with them. Well, Ohana means family, and to me, this just looks like a plate of the Polynesian to me. Now that's a chicken wing. Wow. It's got so much flavor from the spices on the dry rub. We added just with a little bit of that oil, mixed that in, baked it nice. Folks, I can't wait. I'm going to share this with my family. I hope you enjoyed everything from my kitchen to yours. Tell your friends. Till next time.
That makes me so hungry. And you never trust a chef that doesn't eat his own food. He eats his own food.
Yes.
Or a skinny chef.
You know what's funny is I don't rewatch them after I edit them.
I can tell by
So-
watching your face. See, I can tell. Isn't it hard to watch yourself though?
No, the voice. The voice is, you never know what your voice sounds like. So when you hear that, it's hysterical to me.
I do the same thing. Let's see. Some comments went by. Casey's Corner, people agree, except for Mary's, that it's not that great. Ohana means family, Barry. Let's see. Tell your friends, that would be aloha. I can listen to Chris all night, Linda Raymond says. New York, baby. I like now that's a chicken wing. That's a chicken wing. I know what it is. But that looks delicious. I got to watch that just for the noodles and the stuff that I would make.
Yeah, and it's not difficult. It's an easy dish. But,
So, okay, other favorite restaurants you've got. Have you been to, let's get this out of the way. You don't like Viennapoli, or you just don't think it's that great? I mean,
I don't like their pizza.
Okay.
And it's just because it has nothing to do with them personally or the quality of the ingredients. It's two things that they can't control: water in Florida and humidity. You just can't control those two things, and that's why pizza is not New York style pizza in Florida.
no, you're right. You have to eat it almost with a fork because it does fall apart. And we do, I think it might come out crispier than by the time it gets to your table. We've also noticed if we sit in the place that has the fans, like that half room outside, it gets cold so fast because
Oh, wow.
of the ceiling fan. It doesn't retain heat. I do like the flavor of their dough, and I do like their sauce.
Okay.
You can tell it's fresh, but that's where it kind of it's not
Well,
pizza. It's its own thing.
Yes,
its own
agree.
thing.
Agree.
Maria and Enzo's does some pretty good things to me. I don't like the other Italian place. I even forget the name in Disney Springs. Again, remember I talked about those unedible things?
Yeah.
Me and a few other people that I found out after I posted meatballs. I don't care if you use cheap chopped meat. You're not picking unedible pieces out of your mouth with the meatballs. But you do there.
So 2 locations for exceptional Italian food on property. Il Molino, inside of the Swan or the Dolphin. Excellent. And then the bougie one would be Ravello. And Ravello's in the Four Seasons, inside of Golden Oak. Now, I won't eat meatballs out, right? I was raised on my grandmother's meatballs. You know how that is, John.
In a second, I'd like to quickly tell you how I was taught to make meatballs and see if it jives up with you.
Okay. And Ravello adds mascarpone cheese to the meatball.
Okay.
Different.
I don't
do that either.
Okay.
How do you make your meatballs, John?
Okay. My mother would use the 3 meat, the pork, the veal, and the beef. I don't do that just because veal kind of freaks me out a little bit. But I start with 2 pounds of chopped meat. I think I do a mixture, and I'm trying to go by memory here. There's definitely a lot of breadcrumb that goes into the 2 pounds of chopped meat. There's definitely a lot of eggs. There's a lot of Pecorino Romano, Locatella Pecorino Romano cheese.
Yes.
I would say I make a cheese ball as much as I make a meatball. There is a lot of parsley. I don't even know the function of it. I don't like the smell or the flavor of it, but I don't know about it in the meatball. I put a lot of garlic chopped up. My mother does not do that. I think those are the main ingredients that I put together. They do not come out hard. My mother fries them in oil. I thought that baking them would make them look like gray cadaver balls, and I found out it didn't. I bake them in a tray and they get crispy nice, and I think they're probably healthier than frying them in the oil, but I think those are the flavors. And something about the bread, water. The water with the breadcrumb is what I think makes it not hard.
Okay.
Am I correct?
Yep. So,
Okay.
so the way I make them, very similar ingredient wise. I just take old Italian bread and I soak that in water, and I use that instead of the breadcrumb. The funny thing is, this Clubhouse app that I was talking about, we spoke about this. That's actually called a panade, which is a French technique. Now, my grandmother had never been to France, so when she started that technique, that was passed on generation through generation, and that's the way we make our meatballs till today. And that's the binder that holds it, but it also stretches it a little while. Great cadaver balls.
But there are some people that don't know about, what did you call it, a panade?
A panade. Yep.
They don't know about that, and you get hockey puck meatballs, and it's like they should not be that hard. You can also make them too soft, where they want to fall apart if you put them into the sauce, and there's a happy medium there.
And every now and then, pinoli nuts. Sicilians would put pinoli nuts in.
Never tried it. I would like that. Some people do the bread like you do, but instead of water, in milk.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Yep.
I don't know. I figure if you got the cheese in there, you're doing that kind of already, maybe, sort of. I don't know. But yeah, that's. Do you use a lot of cheese in the meatball?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I don't think I put salt. I think the cheese is the salt.
Yes. And I mean, I don't care what culinary school, who I've worked for, learned how to make sauce. My grandmother's recipe is what's been passed down to me. And no matter what, I don't know the size of the pot, but her recipe said when you make the sauce, cover the top with cheese. So whether it's a pot this big or that big, cover the top with cheese. That's
I
the
love when
measurement.
they come over to me in a restaurant and they're like, "Did you want grated cheese?" And I'm like, "How long you got?" You tell me when to stop. No, I shouldn't tell you when to stop because the room will literally fill up. So just the pinoli cookies don't get me. I haven't had one in years. Can somebody mail me for Christmas a box of pinoli cookies from New York, please? You're down here now, right? So you can't do it anymore, Chris.
I can't, but I can make them.
Chris, you can make pinoli cookies?
Sure. Absolutely.
Let's come. I'll come over for like November. Around Christmas time, we'll film it and do it, and we'll share it. You could share it on your channel. I share it on my channel. We can edit it slightly different so it's not exact. But I would love to learn how to make pinoli cookies. Are they hard?
No, not at all.
They're almond based, right? The cookie itself. Okay.
Yes, it is. That would be great, John.
I would love to do that. Kim says, "I'm gonna." You know what, Kim? I'm gonna make you some. I'm gonna mail them to you too. But thank you, Kim. I would love to have some. Yeah, I never liked the rainbow cookies as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought there would be all different flavors and it's just one flavor. That's like, no. Don't give me colors if you're not going to do that. There was something else I was going to ask you about restaurants, and I'm thinking, what else did I do with the restaurant? So when you go, okay, so now, you're going to go to Food and Wine, obviously.
Yes.
Are you going to go to the booths and pick out certain items that you really like and say, oh, I'm going to make this at home?
I will. It's surprising that actually I just found out that some of the booths aren't going to open up till October. Did you hear this?
First, yeah. I was on Fox 35, and I make sure I mention that because if you look at the list and you go, oh, I'm going opening day, half of them are not there. Do you know what I attribute to that?
What?
You know how they've been doing taste of the festivals?
Yes.
I think this was planned to be a taste of. And then when they saw, nope, we're going to be good with the pandemic and we're going to have the crowds, they blew it up to full, but they don't have menus, ingredients, and everything put into place.
Okay.
So I think they need till October to do. That's my guess.
That makes sense. That's the normal time, right? That's the normal time that Food and Wine would be.
I think so, yeah.
So then we shouldn't look at it as a negative that we're not getting it early. We're getting something early. There you go.
To visit more often, yeah.
That's it.
If you guys have questions for Chris, please, I'm going to start looking more. Mary says, I know Chris's address. I'm going to start looking at the chat more, and I will put your questions up for Chris.
Mary. Thank you, Mary.
So are you thinking of, listen, YouTube is not going to pay the bills for a while. Are you thinking of opening up another restaurant, or you're done with that?
No, the goal is to reopen the restaurant that I currently have. Awesome. I have other side ventures that I do also. This was to get through the insanity of the lockdown. 8:00 on a Friday night after working 27 years in the restaurant industry, my wife didn't know what to do with me. It's go time. And she's sitting on the couch, like winding down for her week. And I'm, let's go. We got to do something. And I was starting to cook at like 9:00 at night, and she's like, "You got to go find a hobby." So I did.
Somebody told that to me too. I could picture Heather going, here's a camera. Here's go talk to the people. Mary says Chris is independent wealthy.
With love, Mary.
And Steve Browning says there's a cheesecake at Food and Wine that Mary loves in it. Yeah. I've never made a cheesecake, but I think the one that they say is an Italian cheesecake, I think is the one I don't like.
Correct.
I don't like the great. I like the Philadelphia cream cheesecake.
Yes, the creamy cheesecake. We don't
that's
like
not
the
Italian.
grainy
Yeah.
cheesecake. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody likes that.
Isn't that fun? Yeah, isn't that terrible? Okay, Marla. What kind of noodles did you use, Chris, for the first Ohana noodles? Cooked from dried, fresh noodles?
So for that dish, I actually used udon noodles. And only reason why was that's what I had. Everybody, a lot of people have started YouTube channels and their own podcasts. This one has a cost associated with it. The food, go to the store, purchase the food, think out the recipe. But those were udon noodles that I used.
Do you do catering?
I do. I do catering. I did for a long time when I was in New York. I even did weddings at one point that I don't want to do again. But we did, and got to pay the bills.
Yeah. There's some really bad catering out there, let me tell you.
It'd be cool, and I don't think that exists. If you can do a whole catering for a party with replica of Disney food. I've never been to a party that's had that.
That you know what? For these Disney nuts, for me, if I had a party, that would be the greatest thing. Is to say, come and have Ohana dinner at my party.
Right?
That would be really good. Yeah. Yeah, we should all be recreating these. I'm definitely going to do the cheeseburger egg rolls probably this week, and I will send you a picture. I'm not saying I'm going to be successful right away. I do. They're not going to break on me if I do them right. What do I have to do to make sure they don't break? Just don't overfill them.
Don't overfill them. And watching the video, I tell you how to fold it. You always want to fold them up. So people want to roll them forward to close them. But if you roll it up and the seam is facing up, they won't open.
Now, are you crimping the seam or are you egging it?
Just a little bit of water, and it sticks like glue.
It's made to you don't have to smush it together. It just sticks to one side.
Yep.
I'm gonna have sheets of egg rolled stuff all over me. Marley, you're making them tonight?
Really? That's great. Marlon's made them a couple of times now.
They laid off the Ohana chefs who would make the whole meal and bring it to your house. Some chefs, I guess he's saying they shouldn't have done that, and they did it.
Oh, wow.
I guess I think that's what he's saying. Because I know if you're staying in the Polynesian bungalows, you can order the dinner and have it brought there, but that's not what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, so those, what Mary's saying, get them at Publix. Those cheeseburger egg roll
the
wrappers.
Yes.
Those are the ones you like the best, those vegan ones?
Yes. In the vegetarian, in Publix, vegetarian section, the company name was Nasoya.
I think that's the only thing you've ever bought from the vegan section. Exactly. Speaking of vegan, have you ever tried the Impossible meat?
I have not. I've heard people love it, and I can't say anything until I try it. So
let me tell you, as a lifelong beef person, I took the brick that they sell for $10 at Publix. I thawed it out. It looks gross. It kind of smells gross. I made a hamburger out on it, and I put cheese. I would not have known. If you handed that to me and I bit into it, I'd be like, that's a really good burger. See, Marek saying Impossible burgers are great. I had to put a little bit of salt on it. I don't even know if I needed it, but I did. Keto Fit Gal says, which is Christine says that they're death, but she doesn't know. It was really good. Disney's using them a lot now to make, they'll say Korean style barbecue, and it feels like a hamburger with whatever flavor they put on it.
Listen.
But try it when you get a chance, because if you have somebody vegan, you will be like, "Wow, that's meat." You can't.
Well, Disney does an amazing job with allergies, aversions to things, and they're going very hard into the plant-based. The only thing I wish they did with all the plant-based dishes is make the same dish with meat.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
Just to have it that way, and there's a couple of dishes that I wanted to try, but I don't. I forget what the eggs are called, but they're like a plant-based egg.
and they're over salted, and they're hard. Is it monk fruit or something?
Mung bean.
Mung bean, yes.
Can't do that,
Yeah,
John.
no, that me neither. No, if I want scrambled eggs, I want scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
The Impossible one just threw me for a loop because I was like, I could give it to Mary. Have you tried the Impossible Burger? I could give it to my dad, who would kill me for feeding him vegetable stuff, and he would be like, "Oh yes, it's a good burger." So, see, Kim says she'd have an Impossible Burger. All right, I'm winding down with Chris here. Again, it's been on the bottom of the screen, guys. Disney done differently. What's Mike Ryan says? What's wrong with spam? Just egg. I don't know what he's saying. Christine, the long-term effects of it are worrisome. It's only been out for a year. There are no worrisome long-term effects.
No,
grow.
She's correct.
No, the long-term effects, Chris, are that you don't know that Slinky Dog is a roller coaster until you're on it. That's a long-term effect.
That's so true.
I'm eating it once a month, once every 3 months. In any event,
Are you going to the parks for these fireworks, John?
July 1st, I actually had a reservation myself. Disney then did invite us to some dessert party. So here's the problem with that. Sometimes when Disney invites you, the spot you would have gotten if you went as a person is not as good as the spot you get it's better than the spot you get when they invite you. So I don't know how that's going to go, but they said dessert, so I'm going to go take a look. I'll take pictures for you.
Sure.
Maybe there's something in there that you can make and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to cry, I think, when I see fireworks again. Just that things are coming back.
Yeah, I'm not going to be there for a while since the fireworks. I'm there July 3rd.
Oh, that's not a while. 2 days.
Yes.
2 days. Are you excited?
I am. We're celebrating my daughter's 14th birthday.
Oh, that's so nice.
Her big graduation from 8th grade and moving into high school. So I'm looking forward to this trip. This is going to be a great trip. I'm bringing my parents, actually. My father hasn't been there since 2015.
That's going to be really nice. Just get there early so you don't have to run and go crazy with the parents.
Yeah.
But you'll have a good time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take them on the classics like The Haunted Mansion and Peter Pan if you can.
Yes. But when
that's cool. It's nice to still have your parents to do. Like I still have my dad to do that with, and I know that one day it's not going to be that way. So I
always say they took me once. I've taken them multiple times. So.
Do you have plans to try the Boo Bash, or was it too expensive for the amount of
it's funny. My mother's birthday is Halloween, and up until last year, we went every year, every single year for it. This year, because of the 50th, I think we're going to skip that because the 50th is more.
It's also not a full-fledged Halloween, so
yeah.
you're okay.
Yeah.
To do that next year. Mom's birthday is Halloween.
An Italian witch.
Yeah, see, that's what I was going to ask. I have a video of what was her name? What's the witch from Italy? She does her thing. I forget. My memory's going bad. Mary, the witch from Italy in Epcot. She has a video, and she's actually a young woman that they make up, and she does an acting thing, and she's got a name, but she does a good story in Italy, so that's good. But yeah, I was gonna say Halloween Italian. They're gonna kill her with the way. Whenever you're mad at her, it shows why you were born Halloween.
Yeah, exactly. But
La Befana. I'm getting that from. Thank Mary. As she wrote it, I did get it.
There it is.
La Befana. Please show that video to Mom. I'm going to send you a link for Mom.
Okay, I definitely will.
That. She's the good, happy witch. All right, so please, you can stay here for a minute. I'm just going to do some quick warm down with these guys. Disney done differently on YouTube. Please subscribe. Show him that the Panda has some power for you to go and subscribe there. Linda Raymond saying kitchen witch. I don't know what she's saying.
That's
Rosemary Ilardi says she's the good witch. You know what? I believe that. You could put the good Milwaukee on me. Ma, on me. Please, I need it. Mary's reminding me to sell Scentsy because it's true. I have to sell $200 more by tomorrow if it can happen, and I'll get some promotion. But pandasmells.com, there are really good Disney joined with Scentsy, if you didn't hear. Did you hear that? We're going to have a Fantasyland attraction. I don't know what it is. It's probably going to be smells, I would assume. but pandasmells.com. Saturday, I do a show with Stan Solo and David Picciano of Now That's Disney Group called Disney Night Live, Saturday at 8 p.m. Yeah, Mary, I know I still need $200, but it could probably happen by tomorrow, so we'll see. John Grocky, you did buy something today. Thank you. He's a great guy. Oh, towels. Mary, you're my greatest salesperson. BigFatPanda.com. There will be some new shirts and towels. Maybe we'll do it. Maybe I'll make you a Disney Done Differently shirt, Chris. Because I can use your logo, which I had here, by the way. It just doesn't look good when I blow it up, so I've avoided it. But I can do that in vinyl. I can do the red circle in one vinyl and then the rest in black on a white shirt. And, you might be getting a little vinyl gift soon. And then if you want to sell them, hey, we'll make a deal. You can sell them and I'll take a cut.
Thank you.
Yes, and I'll make Panda shirts, guys. That was not a shirt that I made. That was a shirt that came from a better company than I can do right now. Because it's not vinyl, it's an imprint of the ink.
Yes.
Chris, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. And can we do this again when you make some more stuff?
Absolutely, John. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for reaching out to me. And
this is awesome.
And I met you years ago for a quick moment in the Magic Kingdom, and I've been a fan ever since. And now
I'm a fan of you.
Thank you, sir.
Isn't that cool?
Thank you.
I can't wait. We really will do the
Pinolis?
We're going to do the Pinoli cookies. Let's
Excellent.
do it. And
Excellent.
you know what we can do? If we can somehow make them Disneyfied of any sort, it'll be even better for that we can say these were Mickey Pignoli. Or we'll make one Mickey Pignoli maybe.
There you go.
Thank you, sir. I'll see you guys soon. Have a wonderful night, and I'm glad the lightning, God, thank you. It's going to hit me now. Maybe your mother kept the lightning away.
That's it. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Mom. Goodbye, guys. Have a good night, guys.